Hello, wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back after a week away to Icewind Dale and our playthrough of Rime of the Frostmaiden. Thank you, King of Demons. It's lovely to have you here. Look away, my friend. Look away. So, it was last night was great. Oh, everyone, get yourself a bard like Fourth Cultures. Okay, so we are without our Warforged friend for a moment, but they will be joining us very soon. But I mean, he's keeping in character as he is still locked up and unable to move. So I think it works out quite well. He's role-playing it very, very hard. He's just doing up to his utmost to play the role to his full abilities. So, thank you all for joining us tonight, and I hope you're sitting comfortably as we return once more to the sides of Kelvin's Cairn, to the Duragar Fortress, where our adventurers thwarted the plans of the evil Duragar warlord Sunblight and his machinations and desires to take over the whole region through the use of a large, vicious dragon created from this mysterious Shardalin crystal that has been popping up here and there throughout the area. Now, before I carry on down that line of thought there, let me shout out a few people and say some thank yous to the lovely folks who catch up with our shows. I was very excited. I uploaded a few videos today, and not but 7 hours later, there had already been 3 views. YouTube is growing off. I was very happy. But yes, thank you for joining us for our stories whenever you get the chance to do so. And if you are able to join us live, even better. Hey, Alusha and Ebix and King of Demons, thank you for dropping on by. Do give us a shout in chat if you are around for the live show. It's always really fun catching up with you and seeing who's around. Now, also, we want to say big thanks to Sirenscape for the amazing music and sound effects that they have that make all of your encounters epic, all of your journeys wide and wandering, and just the soundscapes to go along with all the landscapes that you have at your imagination's beck and call. And there are 10 soundscapes that you can try out for free if you want to head on over and see what it's all about. And then, if you like it and want more, you can become a subscriber and have access forevermore. Even if you stop being a subscriber, I think you keep access to what you got during your subscription, and you can enjoy all of that at your fingertips. But it's worth staying subscribed because they always release new things. This week, indeed, I saw on Twitter today, they are releasing a sound set all about Skullport. That's a nice little area of town deep under Waterdeep, down in Undermountain. Lair of the Beholder, Xanathar. It should be an interesting sound set. I'm looking forward to hearing it. Now, also, speaking of music and things, I want to say big thank you to Dark Fantasy Studio, and then the 2 YouTube channels, RPG Music Maker Travis Savoy, and also Epic Journey. Amazing music to have. Also available, amazing music coming from Will Savino over on Patreon, and you will hear various tunes of theirs throughout the session, such as this. We're in peaceful mode tonight. It's very relaxed. They are basking in their victory and enjoying the warmth of the forge. This is probably the warmest they've been for years, maybe in all of Ciala's life, being born and bred here in 10 Towns. But, oh no, I suppose born and bred you would remember the summers before the endless winter, because it's only been 3 years. We have a Frost Forged approaching. Boom. Hello. Oh, look at that. Swanky Frost Forge.
It is I, the swanky Frostforged.
Hello. Okay. Now, it's okay. We're just doing the thank yous, so we haven't started anything.
Oh, good timing.
Indeed. So, those thank yous said, last time, 2 weeks ago, a fortnight has passed since we were up here in the frozen north. The Duergar, loyal to Grandolfa, the Grandolfa of the Grisgat clan, that major brewer of that beautiful, delicious, aromatic Dark Lake Stout that you had enjoyed so much. That's the face, Mockingbird. That is the face that goes with that brew. And had filled you in on their ideas, their plans to overthrow Sunblight and his dangerous plans, his dangerous, delusional plans to take over the surface up here. And they had a great number of his clansfolk turned to their cause, who were also concerned about his condition, brought on by this Chardonnay crystal, which has some dangerous properties and seems to affect things rather strangely. And we used these Duergar, these lurking allies hidden amongst the other members of Clan Sunblight, as they sowed chaos and destruction by releasing an Umber Hulk that they had captured down in the Underdark into the forge area where Sunblight and his loyal servants were completing the final parts of the construction of their crystalline dragon, ready this very evening to let it loose on 10 towns and just destroy everything in their path, lay waste to the land as it stands, and take it for themselves. But that was not to be, as the Duergar, Umber Hulk, Myconid sovereign that you had saved from before, your friends from the local town, the speaker Trovus, the Dragonborn, and Kestrel, the scout that's been guiding you through these frozen lands, all of you charged into the main forge and ready to do battle. Tuln was first out the gate, firing off magic at Sunblight himself, casting a firebolt at him and causing a little bit of injury right off the bat, at which point Sunblight freaked out that he must be, quote-unquote, a new model. The old models didn't used to do magic. And panicking, he whipped out a red notebook with a black star on the front and started saying off a sequence of strange words. Words that caused Tuln's form, his working parts, to freeze up, if you'll excuse the pun, and clench tight and stop him in his tracks, where he still remains, unable to move, unable to speak, a witness trapped in his own body to everything that happened around him, wishing he could help his friends, but powerless to do so. Now, as the distraction worked its magic and all of the loyal guards were either attacked or surprised by your sudden eruption into the space here, Soyala and Mame quickly made their way to the north, where they had been told prisoners were being kept. And thankfully, whatever this code was that had frozen Tuln also had seemed to have the same effect on the Hammerers, these robotic undead constructs that Sunblight was using to guard the prison block, and they were able to skip past them unmolested as they released the doors, and bursting forth, first was a Goliath, a mighty Goliath, who became even mightier as he shifted into his true form, or his other form, of a were-polar bear, and went charging into the room to take the fight to his captors. Also, down the corridor was another cell with a much meeker knocking happening on the door, but a much happier reunion waiting inside, as Mame was delighted to see one of her colleagues from the Luskan University who had disappeared, all of them disappearing tragically into the wastes. Last lot we found, unfortunately, deceased and destroyed by the dangers of this land, but your colleague, the chaplain of the university, Laios Dragonsail, the elf, was equally delighted to see you and leapt forward to help you for the university as you charged out into the forge to help your friends. And that's what you did. Mockingbird was up on the dais, hands to kneecap with the enlarged giant form of Sunblight, as these Duergar can swell up to a massive size to attack with their massive war picks and magic to boot. But it was not enough. As first Sunblight, then his second in command in the forge here were bested. The Quaggoth beasts were being used for labor were also taken care of by the Myconid and Dragonborn allies that you have, but also when you were suddenly introduced to the semi-operational dragon, as its snake-like head writhed around and unleashed its beam weapon across the whole room and destroyed some of its own allies as well, and also crashed into your polar bear friend. You were worried, but he's made of sterner stuff, and he survived being hit by the beam. And luckily, before the beast was able to do a second attack, Sunblight was bested. Mockingbird and Soyala dealing the fatal blows and surfing their reduced corpses down to the ground. As Sunblight crashed to the ground and that shardling crystal crown bounced off his head, the connection was broken with the beast, whatever it was that he was using, whatever connection he had to control it, and it crashed with a splintering sound to the dais and the floor below. And there was a roar of triumph as the Grundulfas Duergar and your polar bear friend celebrated their victory, as other Sunblight loyalists were marched in from the barracks off to the east by Grundulfa loyalists, and the situation was under control. Congratulations. And as I said in our tweet, to the victors, the spoils, not least, welcome to level 5. Hope everyone is leveled up and ready. Excellent. Congratulations. Well earned. Now, let me try and fix Soyala.
Toln is sitting there like, somehow I feel more powerful. I'm not sure what I did.
Whatever it is, I like it. Okay. Sorry, Soyala, let me just fuss with this for a moment. Okay. But yes, you feel more powerful and yet more powerless at the same time, as you are still trapped, I'm afraid. For the moment, at least. There we go, that's better. Okay, and transition. Oop, there we go. Soyala is fixed. Okay. Yes, there we go. Thank you very much. Hey, Tailmonger, welcome on by. Good to see you. Thank you so much. And good job last night. So, let us begin. I didn't summon Dread this time, okay. Sorry, I used that on Thursday with our Curse of Strahd and we got bombarded. There was a storm. Worse than any blizzard of Icewind Dale. There was a storm of dreaded GM emotes. And we all disappeared for about 5 minutes behind her with all these mimic hearts. Okay, so you find yourselves in the forge. Let us bring the sounds back to said forge. As the vast number, there's a lot of Duergar in here now, as all of the various factions are brought together. The dangerous ones are subdued and have been bound and safely tied up, so you do not have to worry about that. Here we go. There is the sound, the roar of the forge, with that strange heart-like beating sound coming along with pulses of heat from its structure. And on Roll20, let us bring you over to what we have here. Quite the scene. Oop. As we find ourselves back. I think whatever, but do join us. Boom, there we go. Back in the forge. Now let me zoom in for everyone back home so they can see what's going on. There we are, everybody. So, as I said, a great deal of Duragar are now here. Some securely bound and out of danger's way. Well, out of being a danger. And as you can see there, Plurota, the Myconid sovereign, has defeated the Umber Hulk. Now, Mockingbird, Mame, Soyala, what do you do?
The one that was attacking me from behind is lady friend. She's dead, right? I can't remember. She was killed or
So
just...
you're really quiet there for a moment. Let me just.
I'm gonna say, yeah, you're cutting out on the
crank
side.
you.
Yeah, sorry. The one that was attacking me from behind, that Duergar female, she's gone, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
I can't remember if we
she's
ended
down.
mid-combat.
That's the one you surfed to the ground.
Yes.
You are victorious.
It's coming back to me now. Okay.
Nice.
I will walk up and check the body of the main guy who we both fell. Try to see
Okay,
try to find him
did
back.
that the whole time.
That book that he has, or that notebook thing.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll be coming around because I was on the other side of the battle, so I'll be making my way over to there as well.
Okay.
Do I find that or anything else of interest on him, or is it just the book?
The book is there. Yep,
crown?
absolutely. Nothing else. He doesn't. He was working. He
Okay.
doesn't have any treasures or anything with him. There's his pick, but then there's the gauntlets and the crown. But last time you spent some time with some of this crystal, it didn't go too well, as you spent an hour on that Shadowland throne.
Now, is the gauntlet crystal or is that metal?
It is. No, it is. They're both jagged crystal.
Darn. Okay. Well, then I'll pick up the book, and as Soyala's walking up to me, I'll just kind of toss it her way, and then go back down to sort of examining the sort of crown that he's got. I'm thinking of just throwing it in the fire, but I'm not sure yet.
Okay, doke. Noted. So, Mame, what are you doing?
I'm just talking with Dragon's Sail about like different things and just be like, oh my god, it's been so long, how are you?
Yeah.
Can't believe you're alive. And then like, and just like really excited, but seeing how, like looking at his condition is, I'm not sure how he is.
Mhm.
Being in prison.
Emaciated and thin. He's an elf, but he was quite burly. He was the chaplain, and he was also involved in the defense of the university, and he was a hands-on fella back in when you were back down in Luskan. That's not where you were when you were back down in Neverwinter. Sorry, was I saying Luskan? No matter. And anyway, yes, and
Luskin University.
Yeah.
Luskan University. There you go. Thank you. I was like, what's that? What? Yeah. And yes, yeah, it is. Yeah, I was right the first time. It is Luskan, isn't it? Yeah.
That's Luskin University.
Ignore me,
Good.
people. Ignore me.
Did we ever figure out the mascot, or?
Well, there's the chat. I mean, it's like, so he turns to you and he unfortunately tells you that the rest of that were with him were lost. And we can do this in character. He was like, oh, Professor Mame, you'll never believe the hardships that we had to go through. We were trying to look for old sites on the side of Calvin's cairn, which I believe is still the rough vicinity that we're in, but we were beset by all manner of beasts. You would think all that time spent with that ruddy direwolf at the university would have given us some tough skin, but I guess, however ferocious a beast, a mascot is still just that, a rather tame mascot at that, eh?
Yes, I believe so.
They're a yeti around here. Can you believe it? We were beset by them.
How dreadful.
Yes. Yes, I'm afraid some of our party were torn apart and others were taken for God knows only what. Food, I assume.
A Yeti?
Yes?
Oh, oh dear. I see. And then I just
You're most fortunate to have made it this far without being attacked.
I made do in a cave for a good while. Then I made my way to 10 Towns, and I'm here with my friends, like, as she points to, like, Mockingbird, my new friend Soyala. And then I just see Frozen.
So, yes.
I think we should go to help my friend for now. He seems like he's in not great condition. And then we both walk off towards
Yeah.
Dawn to see if we could do
Yeah,
anything.
he's coming with you. It's like, maybe restoration? And they start they start talking. Thank you, Epix.
Yeah, I'll be walking over as well with the book.
Okay.
Not exactly sure.
I think Mockingbird has the book at the moment, right?
Thought you tossed it?
I tossed it.
Oh, I'm sorry, excuse me.
Yeah. Yep. So, I don't know. I open it up. What do I see?
You see all kinds of engineering kind of drawings, kind of weird ideas, but at the start of the notebook, where they first look very ordered and very professional almost, and just the way they're designed and how they're all laid out is very methodical and scientific. And then as the notebook goes on, it becomes increasingly erratic and crazier, and there's strange scribblings apart from just the drawings themselves. And then you start to see these designs for this strange crystal that's appearing and possible uses of it. And I mean, it's written in a language you don't understand, but just from the pictures you can glean this. And then you see parts of the dragon, like almost like anatomical drawings start to appear, and how to create this dragon here. And there are other markings in different alphabets as well. And then towards the end, it just becomes complete garbled nonsense. But you do also see designs for the hammerers. Not. Well, what happened to you there? Sorry, Roll20 was being strange. You see designs for the hammerers, and how they're used, and then the words listed up that you heard him say, which, whilst not being words that you understand, are written in the common alphabet.
No, I'm afraid I can't quite read whatever it was he spoke.
You said it's written in the common alphabet, you just don't know the word.
Oh, it's written in common.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it's like seeing something in
Okay.
Romanji, right?
Okay, yeah. I thought you said uncommon. I was like,
Oh, no.
No, that's a slang form of common.
Like rare.
yeah.
Okay,
Um.
gonna give it a go?
Well, I don't know. The chaplain guy is also nearby.
Mhm.
Right, you guys are coming over.
Can do.
Mame,
Professor
does
Mame.
your friend here know? Does your friend here know any types of magics? This is not my specialty.
Well,
I could
Dragon.
still try, but don't know if I will worsen the effect or undo it.
well, Dragon Cell is a chaplain, and
You called, Professor?
do you think you could help with my friend's situation at the moment?
Yes, Yes, some sort of restorative magic, maybe?
Perhaps that'll work. We just want to make sure he's not in this state. You know, try to make him like more movable possible.
And he goes over to Tom and lays a hand, one on Tom, one on his chest, and bows his head. Lathander, whilst your light has not shone on this land for many a year, may the warmth of your guiding spirit flow through me, your servant, into this one who has been robbed of his freedoms, and return him to how he should be. And you see a golden glow suffuse from his hand. And Talm, you feel, even with the warmth of the forge directly off to your left side, you feel a different kind of warmth. Something fundamentally, more kind of spiritual about it. It's warming your soul, not just your physical being. And you feel that start to move through you, and as it does, as it reaches your shoulder, your arm moves suddenly, and then carries on through, and piece by piece, you are released from whatever effect it was that had you in its grasp.
It worked.
Oh, well, that sucked.
Welcome back.
How are you doing?
Much better now.
Well, you should know that. Wait, were you aware of anything?
Yes, all of it.
Okay.
You are also aware of Chaplain Laios going slightly wide-eyed and looking slightly worried and fussing off and walking away. It's like, okay.
Dragon's Tail, are you okay? And I walk past, like, with him away. Is he walking away?
And he goes to you, Mame. He's like, oh, Professor, sorry, excuse my manners. Friends, you say? Yes?
Yes.
All of them?
Yes, I wouldn't be here alive if it weren't for them.
I see.
Something the matter?
I have restored your friend's mobility. I'm afraid I'm not sure what else I can do for him. I am not versed in the magics of resurrection.
Do you mean he's dead? Like, his body? His human parts?
He has an aura of undeath, and yet also life. I can't understand. And there's something else. As Lathander's spirit reached into his mind, there was something there, something similar to the beast, and he points at the dragon.
I have to tell you, when I was in Dugan's Hole, was it Dugan? We faced a monster, the big monster that we faced, was in Dugan's Hole?
That's right.
Yes.
Okay. When we were in Dugan's Hole, faced off with a monster, and its core was similar to my friend's, Olin's. So we know that he's made his source is the same part of Sat, but I believe his actions, he's a good robot friend.
Robot man.
Robot man friend. So you can believe in him. Also, he makes a good cup of mead. So I'll help you put some faith in him.
A fine talent indeed. It reminds me of one of the members of our order. Caraby was their name. Fine mead. No.
Are you all right over there?
Oh,
yes.
The Thunder's blessings.
He's just a bit, weak from being imprisoned for a while.
Yes, I guess, here, and I'll give him some rations that I have.
Okay. And as you come over,
I
it's
don't
like
know when you last ate.
Soyala, wasn't it?
Yes.
You are a follower of the Lord of the Metallic Dragons. I would have thought that would be more in your friend's wheelhouse, as it were. He gestures towards Trovus. Silver Dragonborn.
What do you mean?
Oh, your pendant. It is
Well,
of
it's-
Bahamut, is it not?
Well, I wasn't quite sure. This was an amulet that I'd found,
Really?
or was shown.
Maybe that explains why you didn't sense as I have. Professor, you always had such a way with words and teaching the students and explaining things. I'll pat you on the back. Leave it to you. Busy's away. I'll see to our werebear friend. I hope they're okay. They got caught by that terrible breath weapon.
Right, I'll leave you to it.
Tone will still processing kind of what happens, but needing to kind of seeing the need, he will walk over to Mockingbird. Are you touching the crown?
I would have it in a cloth.
Oh, don't bother with that. Is it still working? And he'll use Mage Hand and just hold it.
There you go.
Take the cloth back. Meanwhile, I'll go. Do I recognize any of the Duergar here from upstairs when we met them with the lady?
Not from upstairs. The two you met when you got down to this level in the next to the elevator. They're there. Yes.
They spoke common, correct?
No, I'm afraid not. It was
It's all undercommon.
dwarven and undercommon.
Okay. Well then, I'll turn to Toln and say, I believe we were promised a vault. And I'll look rather impatient on that end and kind of motion towards our fine, shorter friends.
Oh, Tone will just speak up in undercommon. Where's the vault?
And some of the loyal Duergar's like, oh, you better wait for the Grandolpha. Now that things have settled down, she'll be here forthwith.
Okay.
Hold your horses, metal man.
Sounds okay to me. I mean,
Are they going to bring us to the vault?
Tom, I assume that was asked to you.
oh, once the Grandolpha gets here, probably. But
Methinks she might not want us plundering her new vault.
Mm.
I mean, she seemed like an honorable sort.
Her pet
Right.
almost ate my cat. So cute. His name's Slobber Chops. I found out when you sent me the PDF. I actually looked at the name. I'm like, what kind of name is this? Anyway, sorry. Please continue. That was out of character.
Great name from his previous owners were really great people.
Lovely people.
Lovely people.
And this book here. Full of lovely people. Okay.
All lovely people.
Now, Ciela and Mame, you are left together as the chaplain walks away.
Do you know if this Bahamut?
But I know this Bahamut.
Oh, of course, yeah, definitely.
Okay.
One of the major religions.
How would I explain this to her? I'm sorry, I'm not really up with it, with the D&D lords and gods and whatnot.
He's Bahamut's the good aligned dragon god, all the metal dragons and stuff. Toln says as he levitates, with the crown above him, walking over. He's pretty
Yes.
cool. I hear.
What would a
Thanks,
dragon
Talon.
want with me, though? The,
Oh, well.
the one that I had met was a man that has helped me with finding my path. I don't know.
Mame, roll me a religion check.
Please be good. Religion, it's +2. Nat 20.
Hey! We have, for the first time for you guys, an emote for that now.
Oh,
We got new emote slots, so we're enjoying them. Okay. So,
first roll of the session, Nat 20. Great.
nice.
Feels good
Okay.
now.
So, you have very much heard quite a lot about Bahamut and how he's the patron of the, as just said, the metallic good aligned dragons, as opposed to Tiamat, who is the leader of the chromatic evil aligned dragons, for generally speaking. And you indeed have heard of Bahamut taking the form of an elderly man visiting some of his followers, but you've only heard it in relation to very high up members of the church or prophets in stories from long ago. And there was always mention of small yellow birds as well. Hey, Patch.
So yeah, this man, was he an elderly man? Did you see any small yellow birds when he visited you?
The man, I couldn't see much of his face. He wore a cloak, but I do believe he was older, yes. And I was a bit younger when I met him. And yes, later I had seen, I do remember birds. They're the ones that helped me to find this amulet.
My god, what a discovery.
Occasionally I've seen them in the forest. But I've been searching for this man for a long time, and I've only just recently had a dream where he visited me, but he's elusive as ever.
Okay.
You say that this could be Bahamut?
Yes, Bahamut. So in past books, what I've read about him, he only visits high up members of the church, and it's very interesting how he visited you when you were a small child. Fascinating, fascinating. Must write this down. Takes out her book. I'll type it in real life though.
Uh, yeah, I mean, none of my family or I were were in the church at all or did any great things, but he saved my life. And ever since I met him, I vowed that I wanted to save others the way that he saved my life. Do you...
Well,
I don't know. How do I... Now that... I'll have to think about this more. Maybe there's some way I can try to contact... Now that I know his name? I don't know really how any of this works.
perhaps in 10 towns, if we can find one of his churches, we could maybe come in contact with him. I'm not sure,
Of course, yeah.
but fascinating. I'm still typing this up.
I guess we're learning lots of new things about ourselves.
We'll need a therapist for you now.
Mockingbird comes
Don't worry,
sauntering over.
it hasn't, it's nothing too groundbreaking, I guess. At least it's not, well... Tolm, are you sure you're okay?
No.
I know
However,
physically, but...
nothing to be done for now.
Well, speaking of therapy, could I take a look at that book that I handed over to you? See if it jogs anything in the
Yes,
old mind.
Yes, what I can tell from it is the crystal must have affected his mind. At the beginning, I'm not exactly sure what maybe he means because I'm not an engineer myself, but it's more calculative and it makes sense. But as it goes along, it starts to go unintelligible.
Mockingbird, you're reminded of Garo's friend's notebook.
Exactly, yeah. So I'll
As though
kind of...
he started to go a little mad with the crystal, I'm guessing, and I'll hand it over.
No, I can kind of relate to that. Speaking of which, as I grab the notebook, am I still under the
Going
effects
mad?
from when I was sitting in the chair?
He
Oh,
sounds
yes.
fucking
I
thrown.
am.
Oh,
Okay, interesting. So
That's permanent, yeah.
I'll be a little bit sweaty as I'm grabbing this book. I'll be, just kind of like jittery almost, and I'll kind of crack open the book and kind of flick through. And does anything immediately jump out to
Need
me?
to, we can step a little away from the lava and the
Oh
fire.
no, it's fine, it's fine,
Feeling a
it's
little
fine.
warm.
It's bracing.
Okay.
I'll just be like kind of head ducked into this book, kind of probably go off to the side and just sort of sit down with it while I wait for the what's her name? I keep forgetting her name.
Grand.
The
The Grandolpha.
Grandolpha.
Grandolpha, thank you.
Well,
Yes, Grandolpha to
if
show
none
up.
of you are gonna
Just
do
don't
it,
read anything out loud.
Just thumbs up and then immediately back
Please
down
keep
into
it
the
in
book.
your mind.
if none of you are going to do it, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go take a look at the guy's body.
Oh,
See
I
what-
did that. I did that earlier.
Mockingbird had, yeah.
Oh, nothing else. Oh,
There's the gauntlet.
hmm.
The gauntlet. He had the gauntlet made out of the same material.
Oh. Then I'll go take a look at the Forge Master, was it?
Mm-hmm.
We'll take
Yeah.
a look.
She's just a regular Durgar, heavily stained, very sturdy leather apron. Some smithing
Then-
tools as well as her war pick.
Then I will use the mage hand to get a good look at this crown, and a good look at the gauntlet.
Okay. Yeah, very very rough, kind of jagged appearance to them both, as they're all edges and different facets of this crystal glinting in the glow from the forge.
Well, this stuff is awful. Having said that, he puts it in his bag.
No worries. The werebear, the were-polar bear, comes galumphing over. As you noticed before, giving a wide berth to any and all fire in the area. Kind of walks around the dragon, giving it a look over before coming up to where you all are. Off it goes. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doo.
Hope you find your dad.
And he comes galumphing over to you lots. And Trovis there. I can't get any closer. Sorry, chat. That's as close as we're getting. It's a big map. Let's get a bit of the dragon in there as well, because it's cool. Okay, and he comes galumphing over, and Kestrel, our friend here next to you, Mame and Trovis there, Kestrel is looking at him very interestedly and kind of awestruck, almost, as if she's seen a walking myth, a walking legend. And she... And Mame, Mockingbird, you both feel a nervousness through your connection with your symbiotes that you all share. And she steps hesitantly towards the huge creature. And she's like... Oyimanadok? Is it really you? Surely you're just a legend. And the Goliath chuckles.
No, little one. I am no Oyaminatok. Although we have tussled.
She's like, then it's true. It's true. And she looks around wide-eyed to all of you. There is a tale that we rangers share of a great werebear of the north, a great white creature that roams the tundra. It is used as a horror story to make children behave, go to bed on time, not venture out at night. But there are other versions of that tale. And she looks up at the werebear again. So, which is it? Which is the real one? And the werebear just kind of just like glumps down on his haunches.
Well, little ones. The Oyaminatok that I met only tussled for sport. If you're of a mind to run and flee, she'll let you run. But if you're of a mind to test her, give it your best, then she might deem you worthy of a bite, as she deemed me. There aren't so many of us, but we're not nothing. And yes, we are the ones who steer folks straight. We are the ones who tackle evil as it roams these frozen plains. We are the ones who are doing probably the best in all of this winter, to be honest. Although, it's not how it should be. We miss the seasons. It's how it should come to pass. The cyclic nature of the passing of of winter and summer and back once more. This, whatever this is, has to end. Causing all kinds of trouble like this.
He gestures around at the Duragar.
I was trying to put a stop to them. Hauling off a big chunk of that stuff.
He flings up a fist towards the dragon.
I would recommend against not touching any of that for any length of time unless absolutely necessary.
Oh, that has been long known amongst my people. There are areas of the forest, areas of the tundra, where no one in their right mind goes, lest they do not stay in their right mind.
So, just offhand, do you happen to know of a cure? If anybody were to hypothetically sit on a large quantity of it for, say, a short amount of time? Give an hour, perhaps?
An hour or so, yeah.
Yeah, hypothetically, of course.
None of the skills or herbs that we are aware of have been able to save those that were lost before our understanding of the substance.
Nothing homeopathic. Got it. Okay. Well, maybe there's something else.
Maybe something akin to what saved your friend there. He's like, dunk, dunk. What are you?
No idea anymore.
It's been
Sometimes
the topic of a lot of debate.
a hard reset back to a blank slate can be a fine place to start a journey. What journey are you setting out on, my friend?
Gonna make some more beer, I hope.
I'll drink to that. Yep, have you got any now?
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
He just grabs your alchemy jug. He's like, goes to down it in one.
Wait.
Assuming he can.
Wrong cork.
What
Wrong
was it?
cork. You do not want to drink that.
was
It's
it?
just oil.
Oh, okay.
There is a poison cork.
He was secretly hoping for the mayonnaise. Because we all know Goliath's in the love of mayonnaise.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
the lard cork.
I specifically know Goliath's love for mayonnaise.
And he twists it round to the ale, to the mead nozzle, goes to down it, and eventually gives up as he has to come up for breath. He's like,
is this thing bigger on the inside?
Yes. Actually, I think when I did my test, it should be about 4 gallons of beer.
A wondrous item. You take good care of that.
I'm gonna clap my hands and kind of gesture for him to pass it to Mockingbird.
I think Axbeak eggs up here, Avix. We're pondering what kind of D&D eggs would mayonnaise be made from up here.
Good question.
Mama immediately goes off all Axbeak mayonnaise.
No axe speaking.
Damn
Mayonnaise.
Axbeaks.
Axe speaks could go burn in hell.
Hey,
9
EDH. How you doing,
hells.
mate? Thanks for coming by. Good to see you. Good to see you online again.
Now, careful, Mockingbird. Don't drink from anything other than that cork.
Yes.
How many corks are in this thing?
There are.
You have to look it up. Oh boy.
Several.
You wouldn't happen to have a whiskey cork, would you? That'd be some top-notch stuff.
There are 10 corks. He stops for a second. That might be a good idea, but no, I do not. I do not have any whiskey. I do have wine.
Ooh. Which cork is that?
Make an
Just
insight check.
just stop me when I'm getting close.
Make an insight check.
Oh, wisdom.
Well, it's probably the best wisdom roll I've ever had.
Yeah. Let's see.
He's her fucking quirk.
Let's see. What do I get?
Gonna get drunk off engine oil.
Yes, he points a cork out to you, but he's clearly just kind of like.
Okay. Yeah, I'll just uncork that one and take a swig from it.
It's just vinegar.
Spits it immediately, just back out towards Tolm, and then corks it. Throws it back.
The red one. You want the red one, you know, the one that's. You want the one that looks like wine.
I figured, yeah, I figured. I'll let you uncork it. How about that?
Color coded. Very happy.
He uncorks it because I couldn't taste it even if I wanted to.
Well, thank you.
Sure.
Take it back out of your hands. Take a drink and sit down. And then kind of
You'll
pop
be
up
delighted
towards
to
the
know it
bear.
wasn't the mayonnaise. You didn't
Nasty
get you a
mayonnaise
second
cork.
time.
Good to know. Good to know.
Sir, where will you be off to now, Mr. Sorry, did we catch your name? Kind of gesture towards the bear.
Deny Northkin.
A pleasure. Pleasure. You tanked quite a shot from that dragon's mouth over there. We really thought that was the end. It's some
Yeah, that
really
did
nice
sting a
stuff.
bit.
And you don't even look particularly singed.
Oh
Quite
no,
impressive.
it hurts plenty.
So where are you
uh,
off to now?
Well, I thought I'd get you wherever you wanted to be.
And Kestrel's like, oh yes, we can guide them together. If you would.
He's like, yeah, all right, little one.
You're gonna get us to the vault?
The what?
I think he means our journey back.
Yes.
Ah. Right.
We'll not go near any of the settlements themselves, but I can see you true to wherever you want to be.
I think we need to go back. Do we have to go to East Haven, or should we just go straight to Goodmead?
Well,
Good
I mean,
question.
we're at least dropping off those that we traveled with and their village's goods that were stolen.
Pick up the dogs.
Still haven't found that lantern yet.
Oh yes.
I'll lose.
I'm assuming in the vault, but I'm not entirely sure yet.
That's it. We have to go to the vault to get the lantern.
See?
We simply cannot return without
All
going.
in due time. We'll have time enough to find out. Actually, from the barracks, were all of those Dwargar, are they out and already captured that were there?
Yeah, it's half and half that came from that
Okay.
direction, and those that were still loyal to Sunblight have been secured.
Oh yes,
Okay.
the lamp.
The
Told
tavern's magic lantern.
Told we'll walk over to the group of Dwergar. Just ask Undercommon. So what happened to the lamp? The magic color changing lamp.
What? He like nods at the corpse. Bossman had it, didn't he? It'll be either locked away with his shinies, or it'll be up in his digs.
Where's his digs?
Oh, up near the entrance.
Oh,
Yeah, near his big map.
we just walked on right by that, huh?
Yep. You chose to go to the room with the ghost instead.
Oh, here.
Wise choice, I thought. It was good. Good times, good times. Now, as this is happening, you hear the clump, clump, clump of heavily booted feet coming from the west. And coming round the corner into the main room there, with her Chardalin pseudo-dragon scuttling along the floor around her feet as she does so, comes the Grandolpha herself. Oh, thank you, Short Rest Tavern. Welcome by. And as you stand back as her guards file in on either side, she strides and has a quick appraising look around, taking in the scene, smiles to herself at the sight of Sunblight's corpse up next to the dragon, and says, just as I'd hoped. You got it all sorted. Splendid work, splendid work. I don't know what you've got planned in your near future, but if you ever want to come down to the Underdark, we can make good use of doers like you. And you bloody lot can take heed. This is how you get shit done.
Yes, it's all finished here.
Well, almost.
Anyway, there's a vault, yeah?
Oh, I assume so. He would have had all his bits and bobs locked up. If he's got any sense. And look, I told you the deal. I'm gonna be getting quite enough as I take over his holdings back in Gracklestug. Whatever's knocking around up here, do what you will. I don't care.
Well,
There's just
good
a
on ya.
malevolent sort of cackling coming from Mockingbird right now. And what direction would that vault be in, perhaps?
She looks over at one of the fellas. Oh, Grandolpha, yeah, it's down there through them doors. That's what I heard. And points to the east.
Stand up and put everything in the bag and just start sauntering over in that direction.
Okay.
Randolpha, what exactly will you do with this dragon?
It's none of my business. We're leaving. I'm sick of it up here. Open skies, fresh air. It's horrible.
Of course, so you'll just leave it all behind.
Hey, what do I care?
I guess. Wasn't there an alchemist you said that worked with the sunlight?
Yeah, some fella that came up gave him those. She points towards the frozen hammers to the north.
But he was from the land above, not down below.
Yeah.
Are you?
Do you have any idea when or where they met, or if they were expecting another visit?
Oh, couldn't say. Sorry. Now, I'm afraid I've got to get my boys together and get back down below. All this delicious beer's not going to brew itself.
What about I like talk. I can't speak. What does the mic in it speak? The big mushroom boy.
You were using telepathic
The brain
communication
stuff.
before. The ale was from
Okay. The ale must flow.
It's
I
like,
telepathically communicate with them, just like, will you be joining them going down under?
And the Myconid comes stomping over as you reach out to him. Oh, sorry, stood on you.
Yes. Okay, sorry.
And he goes like clunk, clunk, clunk. I will return to my colony, yes.
It was a pleasure doing battle with you. And he's really big, right?
Yeah.
I'm really small.
He's towering above you.
Just like handshake, if you even call it that, with his one arm.
His one, yes, only one. His one remaining arm. He reaches out, clasps yours.
You. What are you called?
Mame. And what is your name?
I am Prota. If you are ever lost in the dark, may my colony or those like me find you and assist you as you did I.
It's
Should I
that
find any other mame about, I will aid any and all mame that I find.
I see. Thank you very much. Also,
No concept. he was
no
asking,
concept.
wait, he gave you his name because you asked for a name, but he was asking your species. And he said, "Mame."
Oh, my species. Okay. If I may make a correction, my name is. Okay. Okay. Fine.
You are one of the fine race of mame. I mean, if you want to say it off the cuff, you had twigged that. So I was just,
I'm fine.
I was just laughing.
Yeah.
How legends are born.
I'll just keep it like that.
New playable race coming soon to the DM's Guild.
Variant mame.
Yeah, Underdark variant. Yeah.
I mean, I am Gloomstalker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm stuck. I've got 2 Gloomstalker Rangers I'm dealing with at the moment. The Out of the Abyss campaign has one as well. Very, very well suited to down there, as they're down in the Underdark. Although that was 3 years ago, so whatever's happened to them, their story is told. As far as you are concerned here. Now, the Grand Alpha clambers up on that platform and just sits on the tail of the dragon with a hand on this gnarled staff and her pseudo-dragon climbing up its giant senpai. And she looks out across the scene.
Now, all of you idiots that put family and clan before common sense, you've got one choice. You make it here. You make it now. This is done. Choose. Family and fire, or to join with me.
And all of the loyal Durgar to the Grandolpha turn and glare at the others that are captured. And most of them, like the vast majority of them, immediately like start nodding, and they're just like,
Yes, the Grandolpha, Grandolpha, yeah, Grandolpha, yeah, Grandolpha.
and the Grandolpha nods.
The ale must flow.
And it gets picked up by her guards and her loyalists.
The ale must flow. The ale must flow. The ale must flow.
And the ones that have switched and turned to her cause take it up as well. And this is all just like banging their war picks against their armor. The ale must flow! The ale must flow! Again and again, rhythmically, as rhythmic as their hammerings had been throughout this forge before. But there is one dissenting voice.
You'll never live this down. I don't care what Sunblight was about. I don't care what he said. Clan. Clan before all else.
And the Grand Elf was like, oh yeah.
Well, I hope you forge ties with your ancestors as strong as you did in real life.
And her guards grab this dissenting one and just throw him into that vast trench of molten slag. He doesn't even scream as he disappears beneath the surface. And any that had any seed of doubt, any wavering loyalties, are now firmly for the Grand Ulfa.
She's like, well, that's that. You lot, you want some work? You want some free Dark Lake stouts? Come on down to Gracklestug. You'll always be welcome. Especially you, my metallic friend. A wonder of engineering and knowledge of the ale as well.
Oh,
When you
the almost flow. Yeah.
The ale must flow. And whenever you get past this phase of this sweet, sticky nonsense, you come on down, my friend.
Oh, we'll see. I could study.
Sure you won't come with us? Leave behind all this rubbish. All this mountain air.
Well, apparently I can't breathe any of it anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. But
If only we had you when some of the ale over-fermented and the old pockets of the brewery were impossible to go into. We could do with someone who don't breathe.
well, if that happens again, send me a courier, and we'll see what I can do.
That's quite a trip, but we'll see.
Well, if you don't feel like sacrificing that guy, points at random Dwergar, send me a courier.
Know it. Come on, you lot. Saddle up. We're off. Let's get out of here and back to where we belong.
And a bunch of her guards go down to the south, past where the dragon is, to an area that you haven't explored yet. And there you see, you hear off in the distance a clanging and a removal of barriers and locks and doors grating open, and strange kind of roars and bestial sounds coming out. And then her entourage come bounding back into the room, riding on these giant lizards. And one of them is being just led along without a rider, and the Grandolpha swings up onto it, and her pseudo-dragon climbs up behind her, wrapping its tail around her waist.
Right. The rest of you lot, keep up or get eaten. Come on.
And they just start charging out through that northwest door towards the passage that leads back to the dark, back to Gracklestug, back to the Dark Lake.
Well, they're
I
gone.
guess she truly just wanted that.
Yeah, she went back to a land down under, I guess.
Thank you.
There's still so many
Shall I
questions
go as well?
about this place, but we can't stay down here forever.
Yeah, as all the Durgar are funneling slowly out behind it, they're just going like a long column. As well, it's like as the marching feet all rushing off, and they're not eating roasted Durgar, and as the last of them go, Plurota, this Myconid servant, stops at the doorway, turns to you all, bows respectfully, and puts his remaining arm to his chest before turning and loping off after them. And Laos comes over to you, Mame, and it's like, Professor, I do believe that was a sovereign.
Really?
Yes, one of the leaders of one of their colonies. And the two of you just like go off on this, just comparing of notes. So, what you gonna do?
I believe we're headed for the vault, John.
Yeah, I don't think I was in the room for any of that.
Okie dokie. Let me get some of these
Not the room
doors
where it happened.
out of the way. Zoop. That one. And that one. It's immediately through. Easy, Tiger, easy. Your token just leapt into the space as soon as I opened that door.
Clammy, jittery fingers just get fucked.
Now, I'm going to move the dynamic lighting door out of the way, but you can't get through yet, it's okay. That's okay. That one I just revealed there is okay, where Toln is. But down the end here, where those circular bars are, you cannot get through there yet, I'm afraid.
Well, Toln will take a look. He'll get out his old tools.
Okay, look. Sorry, chat. I will be with you in just a moment as I just sort all these fine folks out. Actually, I can do it this way. This will be much faster. Yep.
As I approach the door, do I see like some sort of locking mechanism or anything sort of traditional like that, or is it all ancient dwarven gobbledygook?
Well, let me tell you exactly what you see. Zardarok's fortress. Okay, so yeah, as you come into this room, just where Soil is standing there are two featureless stone pillars which support this vaulted ceiling of this unlit chamber. There's a faint glow coming from the forge, still far away, but apart from that, it is impossible to see here. But you do make out in the shadows these frozen hammeras, again guarding the vault here, but again seemingly affected by the words of the Sunblight's code that was used to stop Tull, and frozen in their tracks. But east of those pillars, you can see this Durgar corpse encased in this exoskeletal construct, and he's standing in front of a lowered iron portcullis. And then there's that similar creature in the north there, north of Soyala there. Thank you, Patch. Now, in a similar alcove to the south of Soyala, I think Mockingbird and those were just like looking and agreed, kind of rushing forward, running towards it. But Soyala, to the south of where you are there, in that alcove there is a stone lever jutting out of the back of the wall.
Okay, I'll go and flick it, or whatever I have to do.
Okie doke. It's
They
currently
do,
in the
like,
down.
secret
It's in the down
doors.
position.
Okay, so lift it up.
Okay. Nothing happens, I'm afraid.
Is there anything up here with this Durgar?
No, but Mockingbird, just a moment. As you are inspecting this portcullis, you can see. Let's have a look here. Sorry, lots of text. Yeah, when you come right up next to the portcullis, you can see, and you couldn't see it before because it's kind of hidden away behind where that frozen hammerer is standing. But as you come up and you're looking at the portcullis, then you glance over to see if there's any mechanism on the side. You can see on the wall, in the north wall, immediately behind the hammerer, there is a plaque. And it's a 1 foot square Chardelin plaque, that same crystal structure. And there is an oversized hand-shaped indentation on its face.
Tone.
Could the gauntlet, in theory, reach through
Yeah, that's what I was
the
gonna
bars?
Oh, the plaque is on your side. It's on. It's
Oh.
on your side.
Oh,
Yep. But it's behind the hammerer. It's immediately to the north of the hammerer.
Toln will mage hand out the gauntlet.
You have the crown. You don't have the gauntlet.
Oh, I thought I said I took that.
Sorry, no, it was attached to the corpse.
Oh, and he gets the gauntlet as well.
Give me a minute, and I'll go back and cut off the arm and bring it back.
Okay.
Now, Mockingbird dances out of the room, almost buzzing with excitement. Maybe. So I'm going to put
Very
feelings
much
into
so.
your heads there, but I think I've got a read on this. Now,
Very much so.
Soyala, you moved that lever down, and nothing happened. What did you do after that?
I'll just let everyone else know. I found this, this lever. I've pushed it. It was already down, and I pulled it up, but nothing happened.
Well, the nice thing about artificers is that they basically can use almost any type of tools. So, Toln takes his tinker's tools.
Are you going to break this one apart?
Well, actually, he's already got thieves' tools.
Well, I'm saying like you did the math.
Oh, probably?
So, as you're doing this, Tom, you come over and see what Ciara's talking about and have a look at this mechanism. You're going to look at the lever, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, you need some time to work on it, but you can make one thing out right away with your experience and knowledge. Looks like the kind of lever that activates a trap. And it's right at that moment that you hear the crackling of lightning and electricity from the west. Mockingbird. As you go back
Now.
to get the gauntlets, I need a dexterity saving throw, please.
Thank God it's not a wisdom trap.
As you go rushing back
Sorry.
towards the forge, through the corridor, whose trap has been reactivated by Soyala.
Gosh darn the levers. It's like a Looney Tunes scene. At the 25.
25. Oh, God, damn it. Send a rogue. Ugh. Okay, well, you take half of this lightning damage.
All those dice.
So, yes, you see these
Collateral
little black
lightning
boxes embedded in the walls to the north and south flare as a web of lightning bolts crisscrosses across the space, and you kind of Catherine Zeta-Jones your way through the beams, leaping through. Sorry, entrapments. That's a long time ago. Sorry, probably not sure if you've even seen it, but boom. Oh, I rolled pretty bad. Lucky for you. So that's 11. 15. So you take 8 lightning damage.
You're just gonna hear a startled cry from that direction, and then, did somebody pull a lever?
Soyala, put it back down, Soyala.
So
I
I
imagine-
thought you were here to
I-
heal people.
I imagine it went something like this. Oh, let me take a look at this lever really quick. Oh, I've seen this before. It's the kind of thing that activates the traps.
And then is
Home,
that,
Soyala.
is it? I think we found it.
Yep, I was right.
Flip the switch.
Mockingbird, Kestrel rushes to your side. Mr. Mockingbird, are you alright?
Just start limping towards the other room.
Did you flick it again?
Did I flick it again? No.
Sienna?
No, I was not going to touch it after Toln was looking at
In
it.
fact, Toln will probably disarm it.
Okay. So, give me a. What would that be? Give me you got thieves' tools, right?
I've got Tinker's tools. I
Okay.
think that's probably more
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah, give me a check with those.
What do you want to say? Just intelligence or
Intelligence with
proficiency?
proficiency, yeah.
Okay.
And
18.
18. Okay. Mockingbird. Kestrel tries to kind of reach towards you, but you just hear this again.
Am I not past it? What was I?
I think, you're just kind of crawling out the end of it there, and like Kestrel kind of grabs you and pulls you out the rest of the way.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
it's
hear it charging up and Vietnam flashbacks, and then.
Okey-doke. And you go running across. Please, what do you do?
Oh, I'm on the other side.
Yes.
No funny business.
Yeah, you're okay now.
Yeah, I would just go right up towards the big boy that we cut down earlier, and give some funny looks towards his arm. And I'd probably just sink the blade right down into his elbow socket, try to pop that off, and then just kind of grab it by like the sleeve before the gauntlet starts, so that I'm not actually touching it, and I'll bring it back like that.
Good idea.
And I will stop this time in front of the trap and shout towards the group. Is it off?
He's working on it.
Well, how about somebody else come test it out?
I'm really sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't know that was going to happen.
How heavy are those hammerers? Throw one of the hammerers over there.
Very, very heavy.
Yeah, and when they're shut down too, probably.
Yeah,
Do
right.
they have a hammer that we could throw in?
The very definition of dead weight.
Yeah.
Mama, use one of your pocket monsters.
That
Should
sounds-
I?
That sounds very
No.
wrong.
The pouch?
Yes.
Did they revive? Did they die?
I don't think you've used any today, have you?
No.
No. Yep, there's little balls of fur, little balls of fluff in there.
Okay, I'll take out a little ball of fluff.
Okay. Roll that d8 on that table. You got the table, right?
Yeah. Let's see. Creature. Which one? Let's see. Where is it? Bag of tricks. D8. It's a 1. Meaning it is a...
What's it gonna be?
So it was the gray bag, right?
Yes.
It's a weasel.
Little weasel.
Oh,
Looks up at you,
no.
his little nose twitching.
Okay, little guy.
Why is it
I
just being
pet
so-
it.
You can't
Wait, can you go-
seriously be thinking to put that creature through all that pain.
It's a... No, it's a trap deactivated.
For the university.
I'm not entirely sure.
God damn it, you're our tinker. Oh, I don't want to do this. No, not the legal.
Toln pulls the lever back.
What happens?
Yeah,
Do we hear anything?
Hang out by the trap.
Well, weren't you trying to disarm this lever?
I was,
What?
yes.
What was the roll in the end? Sorry. 18.
18.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, you managed to disarm this mechanism, and the lever comes away from the plate.
So he pulls the lever out of the plate and throws it into the hallway.
Clank, clank,
Clink,
clank.
clink, clink.
Okay, I think it's safe. You could come through. I put the weasel, like, around my neck as well.
Gonna
Slobberchops eats it.
look over to Kestrel. I think
Oh, a
we're
snack.
good.
Thank
and
you, Mummy.
gesture forward.
No, slobber chops, do not eat your new friends.
Yeah, Tone turns to Mame. It's like, I'm not exactly sure. I might have just locked it into the on position or disarmed it. It's one of the two. It's like 50-50.
So, Mockingbird's 50-50 good or bad. But I'm not sending this weasel through.
Well,
Out of
Mockingbird's not
curiosity,
walking through.
are there any
Mockingbird's about
entries
to
on that
die.
table that you would have sent through?
The chicken.
So it would have been a giant rat, a badger, a boar, a panther, a giant badger, dire wolf, or giant elk. The giant rat, I've been like, yeah, go rat, go. But the fucking weasel, so I'm like, no, it's too cute to send.
Oh, I saw. Poor little rat. Okay, so Mockingbird, what you doing? You have the gauntlets. You have cut it clean off.
I'm gonna gesture to Kestrel. I think we're good, and kind of point forward. After you.
She's like,
I trust Tolm. He's a trustworthy guy.
she's like, oh, sorry, I'm here talking with a friend. We're planning our route back. She's talking
Oh.
with the werebear.
I know, but they want to talk to you in there about something pretty important.
Give me a persuasion check. evil
Fine.
man.
Finally. 11.
11. I mean,
Oh, I persuade. It's better.
I'll go 50-50, I think, on that one. She's like, oh, yes, of course. I mean, I am in your employ. And she's like, leads the way. You walking behind her, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And she, she walks away and she looks at the things. There's just these dull black squares on the wall.
Actually, now that and when we're on the other side, actually, now that I think about it, we probably do need that route planned. I'll go take care of things beyond here. We'll meet you back in the room.
Conscience got the better of you. Hey, Tony.
Oh no, when we're on the other side. When we're on the other side.
Hmm?
When we've already walked past the trap.
So you haven't walked through.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, so she steps in.
I'm gonna try to kick her out of the way if I can. Try to kick her through it if I can.
No. It's not designed like that. Poor girl.
Is she gonna get hit?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god damn it, Tolan.
I said it was 50-50.
How are we gonna get out?
Very good question.
I'll work it out.
Dex saving throw. Boop. Oh, 19. She's pretty dexterous.
Ooh.
So as they charge up, she's like, no, and she just dives to try and get out of the way. And that is half of 24. I rolled much better
Is
that
there
time.
a way to put it back together, like turn it down and then try to take it out?
Through the lever in the hallway.
So she starts walking through, looking back and smiling at you, Mockingbird, and then just says, "Woof," and she's like, oh no, and she's like dashing and tries to get out of the way and dies, but as she's leaping towards the far side, the electrical energy catches her, and she just falls. So yeah, she falls unconscious on the floor. She only had 3 HP left
So,
Oh
after the
fix
fight.
your shit.
no! Take her out of there!
We need a medic. She's on the other side now.
How far did she make it?
She actually ran through and dived through to the other side.
So she's
With us.
to us, but
Yes.
unconscious.
Yeah, she's there.
Okay, then, yeah, I will. Let me see what I got still. I think, yeah, I had a Cure Wounds level 1, so I will cast that for her.
Okay. So you go rushing over.
15.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, I'll pull her the rest of the way, and then as I pull her through, I will put my hand to her and give her the cure wounds.
Yeah. Her eyes flutter open. She looks up and she's like, "Oh, and I was supposed to be keeping you alive."
Yeah.
She looks at and she scowls at you, Tom. She's like, "It's still on."
I can see that. Tom will just mage hand the lever back.
Mockingbird,
Yes.
one thing that you would remember, those guard towers to the just right next to the door that she just went through. You know that figures emerged from that direction, from the east in those guard towers, having not gone from the forge.
So I'd be, kind of exasperated with this whole situation.
Yeah.
So walking back and then kind of like feeling along the wall or looking for anything that might be able to trip this from the other side or disarm it from the other side.
There's nothing in this room here, but you do see. I mean, you could climb up to the guard tower. You think?
Okay, yeah. If there's nothing in the hallway, then I would take a look probably on the right one first.
Okay. North or south?
Sorry. Yeah, north.
Okay. And as you climb up there, and you clamber up onto the flat surface, you see the corpse of a Durgar there, one of the loyalists to the Sunblights who was defeated by the Grand Alpha's crew, lying there on top of there with their crossbow beside them, and you see stairs going down to the east, as I'm sure you can.
Like I said,
You just come sauntering around the corner. Ah.
Tom mage hands the bar back and then just goes to reset it.
It's disabled.
All right.
Thoroughly disabled.
All right.
We have a workaround here. You can sort this. So
walk
you
in
Mhm.
with the disembodied arm in my hand.
Yes.
I'm gonna place it on the sort of the imprint, the
Indeed.
hand thing.
Okay, look. So yeah, you make your way back around and you place the hand there on that plate, and as you do so, slowly and ponderously, the portcullis starts to rise up into the ceiling, as indeed you figured out this is the key.
And then before I walk forward into the vault, I'm just gonna toss the arm to him.
Okay. And
Mage hand.
as you make your way into the space, as you can see on the light, you can make your way in there now. You can see 4 alcoves to the north and 4 to the south. And inside each alcove is an iron chest.
Are they barred like it shows?
No, they are not.
Is there anything to like show any difference between them, or are they all like completely similar?
They all look very similar, and the placing the hand in the thing raised up those portcullises too. I'm just not going to fuss them because there's a lot of dynamic lighting stuff there. So those are all open.
All right. Well, this one speaks to me.
Okay, look.
Same with this one.
Let's see. There's no. Let's see here.
The one right close to the bottom.
You can see that each chest, as you get close and look through the bars at them, each chest has a combination lock with 3 tumblers, each bearing tiny dwarvish runes.
Oh, I know this one. Tinker's Tools.
You would need thieves' tools for a lock.
Well, John, as
Swiss Army robot.
it happens, should I get my acid out too?
very, very well prepared for this. Just a quick shout out. Thank you, my Lady Meg cosplay, for the raid. Thank you so much. With Wilbo. Hello, sir. Welcome, welcome. I can sense the epicness of your new hair, even through the medium of chat. Congratulations on a rather fancy new do. Welcome back. Thanks for coming in. Pleasure to have you here. We are in Sunblight Fortress in the mountains. They've defeated the Duragar, the crazed Duragar warlord, and neutralized the crystal dragon that they were building to attack 10 towns. And now they are in the vault trying to get their rewards. And
Having a harder time getting the rewards than we did with the battle.
Well, yeah.
Can I use my crowbar?
just
But
a great image of
is
this
this
chicken.
the part where we bring out the crowbars?
Oh,
Crowbar!
No, we're not supposed to put them away.
this is what you've been waiting for.
Would I be able to take a stab at these with thieves' tools, even if I don't read dwarven runes, or is that?
Oh yeah,
a
I mean
malfactor?
a lock is a lock. Yeah, definitely. If you want to
Oh,
try and figure out the combination.
Maybe you could help him. You
I
can
will
read it at
Hi, hello
least.
to our readers.
definitely take a stab with the set that I have.
Hope you had a great stream, my Lady Meg cosplay. Now, give me a dexterity roll, please. Dexterity check with your proficiency, if you are proficient.
I'm awful at dex, but that's okay.
You are proficient.
Only an 11.
Okay. You do not manage to open it, I'm afraid.
Well, then we'll just have to figure out the lock.
You see, Talon, as you're looking at the lock, the dwarven runes are the numbers 1 to 9 on each tumbler.
Okay.
It's a 27 on my roll.
Okay.
How much?
Mockingbird's fiddling away for a short while there. You hear a satisfying click as you bypass this tumbler mechanism and get yours open.
Cue Zelda noises.
You open it up. It's like Pulp Fiction with that golden shine from the,
It's in the
suitcase. From the briefcase, right? Yes. And you look down into this chest, and lying on a bed of gold pieces is a solid gold mask in the shape of a drow face.
Ooh. Ooh. And I'll just pick up the mask and then look down at the gold pieces, just kind of marvel at it for a second.
It's beautiful. Can you make just make a memo in your inventory of Sunblight Chest 2?
In my D20, my roll 20, or
In D&D Beyond.
D&D Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Talon's like, only 3. Was it 3 dials or 4 dials?
3.
Only 3 dials. That's only 1,000 guesses.
Just like fiddling away with it. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, I could
Mummy.
try mess with mine, but
And so yeah, I
Crowbar.
guess, are you gonna give me? Okay,
One,
give me an
two,
athletics
three.
check with your crowbar.
check.
Athletics check with advantage because we all know the power of a lever.
Yes. Athletics.
wait, are we doing the
You can
Crowbars?
choose. You can do a dexterity check or a crowbar check.
I will first try the tumblers, but
Okay.
I'll just
Are you proficient in
my
thieves' tools?
method is no. It's just going to be like, can you just like switch them or no? Like
No, it's just
put
a straight, straight dex
2
check.
up, 3 up, and 5 up. Can I do a straight dex?
Yep, straight dex roll.
So it's athletics.
Okay. I
Yes,
got an
please, Mummy.
18.
Say again, sorry.
I got an 18.
An 18. Okay.
14.
14. Okay.
And
With advantage?
advantage, so 14 and 16.
Okay. Mockingbird, Talon, behind you, you hear a quiet tabaxi, very concentrated on this chest of hers, and you hear the grunts and heaves of a frustrated Gallus as Mame tries to pry open her chest, and neither of them are successful.
Where's that book?
I'll turn around and go over to probably Soyala first, and then I'll try to. Can I try to give her a hand with picking that one?
Yep.
Would that be a different roll, or would I be adding something on to hers if she's already attempted?
Well, I've already done it this way, and I'll go up 2, and then the other 3, and then 5. I think is what I said.
Let's try the numbers.
So it's not that.
Oh, here I have a workaround. I'm gonna take out my thieves tools and give that a whirl.
So sorry, Sienna, what numbers did you have them set on?
Oh, I was just wherever they were already at. I was moving them up, or like I don't know if they're like a rotational click or what, but
Just give me 3 numbers.
2, 3, and 5.
Okay.
That was in total a 10.
10? No joy, I'm afraid. These were built for one purpose, to keep thieves out. Tom, you asked about a book, did you not?
Yeah, where's that book?
Mockingbird has it.
I haven't read it yet, but here you go.
Tom, give me an investigation check.
A 25.
Oh, nice. Flicking through it, you're distracted momentarily by the designs for the hammerers and what that could mean for your own journey and your own experience. But there is a page that you find that does have a sequence of symbols in a language that you can't read, but it has a sequence of symbols that just double check you can't read it. Yes, has a sequence of symbols that your trained eye would definitely bet money on that this was a sequence of numbers, but not in any alphabet that you know.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
It's not Corm, Dwarvish, Giant, or Undercommon. And I bet you does this look like anything to you? Do any of you know this? Shows the group. It's not
Well,
that weird.
I think I had already looked at
crazy
it, so it would
speech.
not be common or dwarvish.
Is it deep speech, elvish, or goblin?
Mockingbird, Mame, as you look, you feel a sting of pain behind your ear, and the symbols almost seem to organically shift and writhe on the page, as indeed you look upon a sequence of numbers in deep speech.
I'm just gonna start reading them out. Kind of point.
B.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll work away at my one. What numbers?
Well,
La.
the numbers are
Oh, no.
572
Try 572.
on all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
Oh
Top.
no.
Top left is that it works on.
Oh, okay.
well, nobody called dibs on that one. We'll get back to it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And-
Well,
I'm just gonna go. I mean, you figure it out. Okay. So
Yeah.
So it's 572 076 070 096 076 074 486 and 092.
Tone's looking at his. I was like 20 away from just guessing that right.
So yeah, you
I
were
would've got
one
it, like,
number
pretty-
off. 5. You said 235.
Yeah.
It was 275.
Oh, damn.
You were so close.
I was close.
Okay. Anyway, you you put these numbers in. By the way, one of our players in Curse of Strahd rolled a natural 1 on a wild magic surge, which means you have to roll 10 other wild magic surges, and those were the
Nice.
numbers he rolled. So, a little taste of Barovia seeping through the mists into Icewind Dale.
Oh, good.
Anyway, you get them all open, and there is a wealth of treasures. In that one that you went to, Tom, that top left corner, number 1, you find a dozen stoppered gourds.
Oh.
Rather apt.
It's probably filled with beer. I'd fill it with beer. I'm
You're
going to fill it with
You gonna have a
beer.
sniff at one?
Yes.
You can't smell anything.
Got him.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Force of habit. You know. Oh, right, yeah. My bad. Okay, and so that one's there. The second chest was already opened. The third, just to Mockingbird's right, as we're looking at it now, there is a silver chalice shaped in the likeness of a spider with obsidian eyes. That
Decadent.
top right corner where Toln is at the moment, there is a bundled up grey spider silk robe sewn with dark mantle eyes. And wrapped up inside it is a thin, wand-like object with a slight aura of magic and the arcane around it.
Yeah, I'm taking both of that.
So Yala, down where you are, there, you find a carefully folded spider silk cloak, once more. Again, with a slight arcane aura around it. And also, the one next to you there, you find a beautiful amber headdress that's set with large purple pearls. 3 large purple pearls. And Slobberchops
Yes. Yes.
finds in that chest there that they've clearly bagged for themselves a 2-foot tall stone statuette of the Demogorgon. So just Slobberchops' fur just all like goes standing up, it's like, it's like hissing and slashing with his claws at this strange thing, this weird, almost simian-headed, double-headed statue with tentacle arms and a hulking body, and. Can you, Mummy, can you just roll me a d20?
Sure. Ooh,
Thank you.
I'm scared.
It's all good, it's all good, it's all good. And could you also roll me, while we're here, just having fun. D100, please.
Okay.
Yeah, those are always good.
98.
98, so down the end.
Ooh,
Oh, okay.
you went
Thank you.
2 from 0 and 2 from 100.
Either end of things. Okay. As Slobberchops is hissing and spitting and glaring with his dull yellow eyes at this statue, locking eyes with it, daring it to combat, he flops and drops unconscious.
No, my baby. Flopper chops. I put him in my arms, and then I put
The ferret snickers.
I got it, John. I got it.
They're rivals now. Forevermore.
I put I take a cloth out of my bag and put it over the statue real quickly.
Okay, look.
What the hell is this?
Strange eldritch construction. Okay, and finally, Mame, in that chest down in the corner where you are, you see a tiny, diminutive skeleton. And as you open the lid of this chest, with the code, you can see that the skeleton is encrusted with some kind of mold. And as you open the chest, there's a of spores. Sorry, you and Slumberchops drew the short end, the short straws of this encounter. And you are sprayed with yellow mold spores. Excuse me, I'm having to jump over to the Dungeon Master's Guide here.
I got really bad stuff, guys.
Yellow mold, yellow mold.
Cover your beak.
Here we go.
Ah, my beak.
Can you give me a Constitution saving throw, please?
I was about to be like, oh, that's good, but I'm not lavender anymore. This is a different thing. Con save. 6.
Okay, thank you. And so yes, you take 16 poison damage. How you doing? You
How
okay?
you holding?
You just seem like Mom is sort of collapsing on the ground, lying
Coughing and
down.
spluttering, yeah. So you look
Coughing.
around, there's this cloud of yellow spores. Mame, give me
I
another
go to cover
Constitution saving
my-
throw, please.
Another?
Yep.
It's been nice knowing you. 13.
13.
13, yeah.
Okay, you take another 3 damage. One more,
I'm
please.
gonna wrap my cloak
Oh,
around my
no.
mouth and try to jump in and grab it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it. No,
Tell me
I'll-
Tom
Mockingbird, give me
just
a
went over.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Okay, another one.
And Mockingbird, you too, as you go and grab her in this cloud.
18.
Okay, you're okay. So you just take 3 more. There was 3 more there, though. So total of 6 more from the initial.
16
Okay,
for me.
Okay, your nose wrinkles and there's this horrible kind of acrid stinging sensation of this cloud that you find Mame crumpled in, and you grab hold of her and drag her out of it, but do not suffer any ill effects for your heroics.
Tom will investigate.
Please, because you can't
Yes.
smell.
Clunk, 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 just go walking into it. Yes.
Are you unconscious?
I am very, very, very down, but I'm still conscious.
Okay, so
Oh,
you're just
Tom-
coughing and
Tom-
retching. It's like,
You're still conscious. Okay.
I'm still conscious. If I were to put a numerical value on my health, guys, it would be 3.
bad.
On your last legs. Okay. So
Tom will investigate the spores and see, like, was it trapped or is it just old?
yeah, it looks like a natural growth, just on the skeleton. And it looks like actually, can you give me a medicine check?
I got a really bad chest, guys.
Do not add your intelligence to that. Oh,
Medicine is wisdom.
that's why it's low. 13.
Okay. I think that's enough. You recognize the skeleton as being a Sverfneblin skeleton.
A what?
Sverfneblin, the Underdark gnomes.
Oh, okay. Never done anything in the Underdark before.
Okay. So yes, you recognize it as a Sverfneblin skeleton. It's completely inanimate. In one of the skull's eye sockets, there is a moonstone.
Just gonna mage hand that into my pocket.
That's mine. I suffered for it.
Okay, so you have opened up all the chests, found all the bits and bobs in there, and you've claimed them for yourself. Your rewards for clearing out, sorting this problem here. And as you pocket all of these fine treasures and turn around and gather once more up in the center of the room there, Kestrel says, "Well, what are we going to do about the dragon? We have to sort it. What if it falls into the wrong hands again? You've got the crown, but someone else could make another."
Well, I suppose then give me some time to look at the schematics, and I'll do what I do.
Aye. All right. Well,
Talon opens the book to the part where he starts raving on about the mechanical dragon and pours his head into the book about it.
yeah. And as you hunker down and start reading through that, and the rest of you are in your counting house, counting out your money, we shall leave things there for tonight. But now that you have your rewards, you need to figure out something to do with this dragon, figure out what's going on with this forge, and probably spend a night here before trying to go back to miraculously heal, as adventurers are wont to do. Thank you all for an enjoyable little tour of this basement floor here. Some interesting revelations there to dwell upon as well about Tuln and other things going on around this area. Now, we shall be going off raiding somewhere. I do believe our good friends... Oh, Dolly, thanks for the subscription. Thank you so much. I do believe our good friends Carney Sideshow are running another of their silly one-shots. Something to do with candy. I didn't quite figure out what it was. It's a candy-themed one today, so we can go and catch the end of that and see what on earth they are doing. But, Assault on Gumdrop Mountain, quote-unquote, is the title of this one-shot they're doing. We shall go raiding over there, but before I do that, let me do a quick roundup of what's going on for us. Lots of exciting things coming up for our channel here. We have our regular sessions this week. Out of the Abyss, Thursday lunchtime, Wednesday evening in the North America, and then also Curse of Strahd, Thursday evening or morning, depending on where you are in the world. Have a look at our schedule on our page. It should be adapted to your own time zone. I believe it's automatic, and to find out what's going on. Then on Friday, we'll be back in Avernus for our continuation of Descent into Avernus and all of the exciting goings on there as the crew is on the run from a group of dragons chasing them in their war machines. Then, a very exciting thing on Saturday nights, not our usual, any of our usual streams. Saturday nights, we will be running a one-shot, not just any one-shot, a Humblewood one-shot with lots of adorable little creatures played by some of our favorite streaming friends. 2 from Quest Junkies UK, 2 from Carney Sideshow, we're about to go raiding, and 2 from Orenji, spread out across the world, North America, England, Taiwan, Brunei, Japan, all coming together for the Feast of St. Mittens, which will start cute and adorable, but may not end up that way. Do join us for this one-off amazing collaboration, this amazing group of people as they're all coming together. And if you enjoy Barovia, why not Barovia? As Thursday next week, we shall see you again before then, but Thursday next week, let me drop this in your little consciousness. We will be doing a one-shot in the same Barovia that our Curse of Strahd players are finding themselves in at the moment. DM'd for us by the wonderful Patch from Quest Junkies UK. We'll be doing a Honey Heist one-shot in Barovia, which is going to be complete insanity. The players will be playing various bears in various hats, and I shall be playing a top secret character who nobody except Patch and I know what's going on there, and Patch doesn't even know what I've got prepared, as I got some supplies in yesterday. So,
Yeah. If it's a top secret character and you're not wearing a top hat, I'm going to be really disappointed.
my hat that I rolled was a top hat. Yep. Honey Heist makes you roll 2 things. You roll your type of bear and your type of hat, and I got the top hat for my top secret character. So, it's going to be excellent. And yes, all of this, whatever happens in Honey Heist will be canon in the Curse of Strahd game. So it's going to be very interesting. See what happens there. So, all of you, please do drop by again. Thank you so much for the raiders today and all the subscriptions and follows. That's so appreciated as everything all goes straight back into the channel, keeping all of the lights burning and everything going on here. Thank you so much for coming on by, and we cannot wait to see you again. A huge thank you to my lovely players here. Great to be back after taking a week off, and we'll be back next Tuesday in Icewind Dale to head back out into the frozen wastes and carry on with their adventures. But do stick around for this raid. Let's head on over to Carney. Let me just get that typed in and sorted here. And get that countdown going. If you've got them, get those phoenixes flying. Give them all the love. Follow them if you haven't. Drop us a follow if you haven't already. Give Quiz Junkies UK a follow. And all of these fine things going on. And also give a follow to the Short Rest Tavern, as they have an exciting Candlekeep Mysteries campaign coming up, I believe, giving away 10 copies of the book in their first sessions. So check them out. That's going to be on Monday, and I hope you get to enjoy that. And I think I'll be dropping by if it's at a decent time. I hope it's okay. It's in the UK. Time zones are a thing. We shall see. But this raid is about to kick off, so jump on in there. As I said, let those phoenixes fly if you've got them, and we shall see you all very, very soon. Lots of love, and as we love to say around these parts, oyasuminasai. Thank you.
Yasumi.
Yasumi.